Okay, so this is Deborah Weaver. Welcome. We're back at the boys check insert, the Gingham plaid. You would have gotten off of the plaid file and brought it into your Illustrator sketch. After your sketch is approved, it's ready to be put in. Just want to make sure that it's all grouped together, the front and the back. You have it on your cropped out board. You take this and you drop it in. You've already got it in there. And you start to fill. So as you're going in to fill, the first thing we want to do is get the scale down. So to do that, you're going to hit the S key. You can hold the tilde key down and move it. See, the red box is shrinking it. So this is the approximate size that's on the shirt, as you'll see. When we come to the shoulder forward, we want to make sure that we rotate that. So we're going to activate the shape, use the R key, hold the tilde key down, which is on the top left corner usually of your pad, and just make sure that it's coming in at an angle, because that's what it does when you look at your sample. We can see that the front pretty much matches up. So does the placket. Looks like it also matches. So this is going to automatically match everything as you're going. When we get to the sleeve, we're going to eyedrop on this because we already changed the size of the shape. Hit that R key and then rotate the box to where we see this outer line right here. That's the grain line of the outer sleeve. And then we can come here. We're going to have to do the same thing. Grab on the scale, use the rotate key, and come around. That's certainly not looking straight. Straight is more like this. And then from here, we might be able to eyedrop on that side over here because that is already fairly straight. And we go to do the cuff. The cuff cannot match, so we want to hold the tilde key down and move the swatch so that it's not going to be a match down here. You can see that we want to rotate it just slightly so that that gray edge is along the hem edge there. We come into the collar and we can see that that is also more or less aligned with the bottom part of this collar here. So if we were to put it in the collar out straight, it would look straight. So we're going to have to rotate these around so that they look a little more straight. This one still, we're going to rotate in at an angle so that it's clearly visible that it is at an angle. Using the tilde key always so that it doesn't move the actual pattern part. And the rest of this is fairly simple other than just making sure that it doesn't match. So we always want to hold the tilde key down and move it around so that it's obvious that it doesn't match. In certain places this would absolutely change the yield of the garment, and it's only in design and usually in better garments where they tend to do a lot of matching of everything. But this is a pretty decent shirt because our patch pocket matches exactly as well as our front areas. On the plaid here, we want to make sure that that placket doesn't match, so you can see I'm moving the tilde key up so that it's clearly not a match there. And then on this back, we're going to make sure that that doesn't match with the back collar by moving it down so that it's really obvious. And then in our back piece, we're going to make sure that we're going to click on it, and then we're going to use our appearance panel here to check the opacity and take it down to about 50 so that it appears lighter in the background. And then our clean finished hem here is going to be the solid 100% opacity so that it's clear what's the back and what's the front. Once you have the front and the back, you're going to want to move them over to another page. You should always try to keep one sketch white at all times because you're always going to be coming back to your sketches. So it's best just to start a new file and keep one that's white. I'm shrinking it because we're now going to be fitting 3 across a page that's 8.5 inches wide in our tech pack here. So we can see that even if we overlap, we're still going to be a little big. Let's go down a little bit further. And it looks like it's shrinking nicely. So you would have had the back done as well already, and that can just be down here. So once you get to this point here, I'm going to put this up here out of the way, you can easily just take the entire sketch that you've done and copy it, and then come in here into the edit artwork, and we're going to see the artwork because this is a real patch, and all we have to do is change a couple colors. Let's say we want to do one in a nice green color. Oops. Yeah, that looks nice. And then we can duplicate it again and do the same thing. Edit the colors, the color of the artwork, and then let's change it to a pink. A nice pink color. And I'm just going to keep the other colors the same. Oh, I can see here that I missed the collar stand in here, so I can just go in and grab that. That's the stitch, actually. It's a little bit hard because it is a piece underneath all these other pieces, but once we zoom in, we can get the piece. There it is, right there. And we just need to fill it in on all of them. And once you get this part, you could easily export from here. You can either crop these out into, I would probably crop them out into 2 separate boards so that they're not, and from here, there's lag for some reason on my computer. I apologize for that. I would just go ahead and crop out this board. It's really lagging as if I'm on a Zoom and doing this at the same time, and I'm not. So then I would have this artboard. Then I can make another one. It's going to duplicate the same exact size once I do that and move my back over there. And do the same thing with the back. And then there's my 3 colorways.